everybody? How's it going? It is your gal, Victorious ValGal, coming at you. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Here, I found another feature. How's everybody doing? It is your gal, Victorious ValGal. I'm an American living in Kigali, Rwanda, which is in East Africa, and all is well here. And I'm hoping and praying that all is well for you, whatever side of the world you are on, okay? I am sitting on my balcony, enjoying the sun and some watermelon and passion fruit. And it is so good. So tap that screen. Let me know where you coming in from. What's your city? What's your state? What is your country where you're coming in from? And what time is it there? I know if you're in the U.S. on the East Coast, it is an early Saturday morning. Hey, Dr. Wheeler. Tell me what time it is for you there. It's an early Saturday morning, y'all. Good morning, Jerome. Where you coming in from? Let me know where you coming in from. What's your city, your state? Where you coming in from? And what time is it there? Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. How y'all doing? That's what I want to know. I want y'all to talk to me today. How y'all doing? Jerome says, I'm from New Jersey. I'm packing my clothes on my way to Bermuda for 10 days on a cruise. Yes. That is amazing. Have a great time. Wonderful. You deserve a cruise. North Carolina. Not domestic. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I left Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm now in Kigali, Rwanda, which is in East Africa, not West Africa, East Africa. Okay? Yes, I hope you have a blessed day as well. Y'all know I couldn't sleep last night. I could not sleep last night. I was restless. I was thinking about all of my friends and my family and, well, not really family, because I don't have much family. But, a lot of friends, just thinking about the United States and what's going on. So this is really important that y'all talk to me today and let me know how you guys are doing, for real. Like, I need to know that y'all are doing okay. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not doing all right, I want to know that too. Let's talk about it. Because I take people from from exhaustion. Hold on. I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I take people from a life of exhaustion to a life of ease. And this is what I had to do for myself. Okay? So I practice what I preach. So, yeah, I came to East Africa by myself with my cat. Okay? With Strawberry, my cat. And she absolutely loves it here. I love it here as well. My heart is just going out to everybody in the United States. Okay? Kelly said, why? Why what? Why what, Kelly? Why? Why did I move? Is that the question? Why? Because I could kind of see some stuff that was happening. I wasn't happy with it. And I wanted something better for my life. I didn't want to live my life going backwards. Seeing the country that I grew up in, my grandparents grew up in, my parents grew up in, their parents grew up in, as way back as I can remember. And I just saw it going backwards, and I was like, I don't want to deal with the stress. I don't want to deal with it. And yes, I could stay there and fight, and I feel like I'm fighting now, just by coming on here, right? But I'm on this side, so the quality of my life is a whole lot better than it was in the United States. I could tell you that much for sure, right? I can tell you that much for sure. All right. Now, somebody named, was it Sky? Okay, side chat said, where are you? I am in Kigali, Rwanda, which is in East Africa. Lisa Marie, thank you for the gift. Thank you. See, I'm so, y'all, really, I didn't get any sleep last night. Because well, first of all, I was up here on this TikTok scrolling, right? Looking at all the stuff, looking at the Supreme Court decision. Who decided what? What does it really mean? I looked at a little bit of Joy Reid. That's what really started it. Joy Reid, who I love, came on Substack. And she started talking about it. She had a political, somebody from Howard University, I think, who was a key political, well, not political, but she studies the law. She teaches the law, and she's very well versed in it. And she broke down what this Bill of Rights thing is all about, and what the Birthright thing is all about, and what actually happened yesterday. Okay? Anywhere is better than the U.S. I want to leave myself. Come on, side chat. Come on, listen. I'm going to tell y'all this right now, because I know how people like to jump on and jump off. Check out the little survey that's in my bio. It's called Apply for Ease. Okay, now. So fill that out, and I will send you a Kigali guide. It's a Soul Kigali guide, absolutely free. And it talks about Kigali, what your options are, what it's like here, you know. And then if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper with it. I have a community. The community is called Ease Over Exhaustion. And actually, we have a live class today. So I'll be teaching. And we go from what it means to change your mindset and think differently about your situation so that you can attain the things that you really want out of life. So whatever that means for you, if that means you have a desire to leave the United States, it gives you the guts to do it and the pathway to do it, okay? It changes your mindset because we've been programmed, and I went through it my freaking self, okay? I went through all of the emotions, really, of grief, because that's what it was. It's leaving what you know, okay? So we go through that, and we also have some courses in there in the community that teach you about Kigali and what it means to really, really relocate here. And if it's something that's for you. Well, Kigali, Africa in general, okay? It's really good. So let me see. Let me go back. I love the questions. So Kelly said, me too. That's why Kelly, aren't you the one going to Bermuda? I know you want to get away. United States is not America. That's not the Republic. I understand that, Kelly. But it's just so much. It's going backwards. All the things that we fought for as a people. Why are we fighting for just basic human rights? Why are we constantly trying to prove ourselves? Yep. We don't have the knowledge that's power to fix our situation. Keep in mind, we gave up our human rights for civil rights. It was our choice. Wow. But, man, it's a lot of stuff. I did the deep dive last night. That's the thing that kept me up, right? But the thing is I wanted to be in a better place. I wanted to be in a place that was beautiful. I wanted to be in a place that wasn't really concerned about the color of my skin, wasn't telling me I was less than or trying to put me in a box because of my skin color. I wanted to just be accepted as a human being. And I found that here in the United States. I mean, here in Africa, golly, what I'm saying. Here in Kigali. Here in Kigali, okay? I did not find that in the United States, okay? And I am very, very, very concerned about my friends in the U.S., okay? My concern is if and when they go to war with Africa, trust that's their goal. Well, the thing about it is, we have all the resources. So it's kind of like we have all of the resources, not to mention that. See, it's not like Africa is this little bitty continent and then everything else is just so huge. No. We're like huge. And I talked to my a lot of friends that are from Africa, like they're from Africa, and they are high government officials, or their family is, okay? And they say it is not anything that could happen. I thought about the same thing too. But it's like the world needs us because we have all the freaking resources. And now we are willing to process our own resources and sell them to the ones that need them, instead of just allowing them to come in and basically RAPE us, okay, and take the stuff as though it was theirs. So that's what's happening in the continent of Africa, which is huge, okay? So you got to understand that part of it as well, okay? And then there's a lot of allies. I mean, the United States is losing allies. We, as a continent, not a country, but as a continent, we are gaining allies. But we're telling you, we are setting our standards, and we're saying we're not gonna fall for the old okie doke, and we're not even allowing the leadership that has allowed the old okie doke. Those governments are being overthrown. Okay, I'm like thinking, do I need to watch my words here? So, let's see. This is a great discussion, though. It's a great discussion. You said we don't have the weapon systems. Who is we? Not me. No one's going to run me from my homeland. Okay, I get you. I battled with that too. Because I went through like a period of anger. Like, I'm going to have to leave my country that my grandparents in, the land that they built, and da-da-da-da-da. But then I said, this is really our land, right? That's the United States, right? But then I said, wait a minute, on a bigger scale, if you think about it, the whole freaking world is ours. It's not just the land in the United States. Who is really the majority? Okay? It is not, this is not the majority in the world. This is the majority in the world. So you got to understand what our power is and where we really, really came from. But I get you. I'm not saying you are wrong for saying that. Okay? I'm not, because I battled with that myself, right? You know? And I guess when everything goes down, we can always, you can always go back some kind of way. Okay, if we're still around, okay. Okay, let me go. These comments are good, y'all. Y'all could look. Look, I'm leaning over because I've had very little sleep, but I'm listening to you guys. Okay, Kelly Bay said, the thing about it is we only exist on paper in America, okay? The Africans and the British are the ones who colonized us. The Africans? The Africans did? Said Blackfusy. Oh, y'all, we got a troll. This is good. I always say whenever I get a troll, that means I'm hitting the world. Okay? So, hey troll, how you doing? Keep it up. I'll block you. No problem. No problem. And I won't even call your name. I'll just block you because all you want is attention anyway. Okay. Good morning. We'll go to South America. Good. Congratulations, Robin. Congratulations. A lot of people are relocating. I did some research and there's a big, huge Blaxit going on. Okay. So a lot of Black Americans are relocating all over the world, not just Africa, but all over the world. And I say, let's go. Okay. Because the world really is ours. Okay. Africa does not have the weapons to go up against the United, and we all know some people are takers, maybe takers, okay? Don't be so surprised, okay? Don't be so surprised. Hold on, guys. Let's just count it a joy that, let me see. I don't know, maybe they left. Okay? Maybe they left. Kelly Bay says, South America is America. LOL. Okay. Okay, Silent. I hear you. Comments help? Okay, let's go. Teach me, because I don't know. I don't want to take the time to have to squint and block and do all that kind of stuff. I don't, it really, I'm telling you, I really do look at it a different way as far as the trolls are concerned, because it just means, hey, it used to just be little old bitty me on here by myself. Well, now I got trolls and I got people that come and check me out on a regular basis that are really good people. I got more great people that check me out on a regular than do trolls. So I'm good. They said, I live in America, separated from the United States. I live in the private. I get you off the grid. You are doing something right. Thank you, Silent. Robin said, America is not what we know it 30 years ago. It's heading towards becoming a dictatorship. True. No, not off the grid. Okay, not off the grid. Okay. So, y'all, there's one thing that I'm thinking about, and I want y'all to go and look at it, right? So, y'all remember on the 14th, the little parade or whatever, looked like a little high school parade, okay, with the little squeaky tanks and stuff, right? But there was a point in there where she was standing in front of him. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? On stage, right? And I was like, why is she standing in front of him and he's standing back like that, right? But they were talking about it's like a chess move, right? And then the guy comes up and says that the flag has been flying in free fall, and I'm presenting this to you. And the free fall was America was in distress. Well, America didn't even really get into distress until he took freaking office, okay? But there's something about that, and somebody said that the corporation of the United States has now fallen. Like, so I'm like, what does that mean? And what does that mean in regards to citizenship? What does that mean? What does that mean? And is this why all of this is happening? Because it's really like I was shocked. It's like the Supreme Court is going against the Constitution, which the Constitution is the foundation of law in the United States. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? But maybe that's based on the fact that the U.S. was a corporation. Now, somebody else said, this is all coming from TikTok, so I don't know how relevant and how true it is. But they said you can go on any map right now and look up Washington, D.C., like a Google map or something like that. And I did this, and you will not find District of Columbia anymore on the map. I didn't find it. I just found Washington. I didn't find District of Columbia. And I think the District of Columbia has to do with the corporation, but I'm not sure. So if the district isn't around anymore, does that mean the corporation is dissolved? And we really are going, or I'll say the U.S. is really going into a dictatorship, and that the Supreme Court, Congress, the Senate, they're letting the chips fall as they may, because we don't have the backing of a corporation. I don't know, guys. Listen, if you guys got any information, I am listening, okay? I am listening, because I don't know, okay? So Kelly says, what's confusing is people think America is the United States. They're totally different. Okay. I would like to know more. Explain. You were born in that nation. Okay. I don't understand. Life in Rwanda is wonderful. It really is. It's peaceful. It's calm. People don't get on your nerves. It's just peaceful. People just living their life, doing what they want to do, and there's no restrictions here. Okay. Okay. Kelly said America is the republic, and the United States is the democracy. Okay. Thank you so much. I can't even read your name. I'm so sorry, but it says happy for you. I just can't see it. Thank you. Okay, TikToking says online maps usually say Washington, not DC, unless you type it in. Okay. And we started the republic. I think you're right, Kelly Bay. I believe you are right about that. And I believe there was some kind of a war or a battle or something, maybe between the Moors and those that came in from Europe. And I think some kind of way Europe won. And that's what started this democracy. Is that correct? And we started the Republican Party. Okay, I agree with that, because there was a lot of blacks, or Moors, maybe I should say, in the Republican Party early, like when it first started. Like we even had a black president, right? Under the Republican Party, right? Under the Republic. Is that correct? Because we're from America, not Africa. And it's Ta America, isn't it? Moors, M-U-U-R-S. Okay. Uh-oh, Kelly just said something. Kelly said what confuses a lot of people is that America is Northwest Africa. Ooh. This is interesting to me. So you're saying that don't go by the map that's in our head. Is that what you're saying, Kelly? Kelly, can you want to come on? give me a one if you want to come on. Okay. There was 8 presidents of America, not to the United States. Okay. TikToking said yes. Okay. Hey Tanika, how you doing, girl? How are you? Tanika is one of my friends in the US. How are you doing? Kelly Bay said yes. So you want to come on? Let me see. Let me see. How can I invite you? Or can you? Let me see. Let me see. I don't know how to do this. Okay, maybe like that. Okay. I think it's happening, y'all. I think it's happening. Kelly, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I am wonderful, magnificent, and great. I hope you are feeling the same.
Yes, I am. So glad you're able to come on. I love everything that you were saying in the chat. I said, let me bring him on so that we can get educated. I'm going to get educated too. So tell us whatever you want to say about yourself, who you are, where you are, whatever you want to tell us, and educate us. Educate
Yeah,
me.
I'm in North Carolina, non-domestic, and I say non-domestic because I'm not a part of the state. And the way I see, thing about it is, we can rescind all these contracts that they got us under. That's why it feels so like we're trapped, because we signed up for something not knowing what we're signing up for. But it's all on paper, you know what I mean? So I rescinded my state registration, which took me out of their jurisdiction, which is the United States. See, when you register for a state and get an ID card, that's when they get all your information. That's when you give up your rights for privileges. Now you got privileges, not rights anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I resent
Okay.
my state registration, right? And then I resented my vehicle registration, which they sent me back a certificate of non-exemption for road taxes. So I don't have to have license. So then I went and got a passport that would be a non-citizen national passport, not just a
Wait,
regular
so
US passport.
is that a blue passport or I think it's a brown one?
A blue one.
It's a
But
blue
the thing,
one? Okay.
yeah. But the thing about it, it'll tell your information from the Department of State to say, do not detain under any circumstances. If you feel that they are part of a terrorist group, contact the FBI, because you're not in their jurisdiction anymore. It's the paperwork in America. That's the only thing we exist on, is on paper. So what's on your paper? Are you using their instruments to go through life? Are you buying a car with a social? Are you getting a house with a social, where you're using their instruments, and their instruments say you got to pay taxes, and their instruments don't allow you to actually own it because you are property yourself through your contracts with them. See what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Our ancestors lived privately. We didn't
Right.
sign contracts. So when they came over here, matter of fact, I'm using the Treaty of Peace and Friendship from our ancestors, and I don't get taxed where I work at. I get it all. I'm on a zero file.
What do you call it? The treaty of what?
It's called the Treaty of Peace and Friendship that we did with the Christians when they came over here in 1492. Our sultan over here said the people living here have nothing to do with you guys' corporation that you're building called the United States. But the United States needed people to help build the United States. So they called them
Mm-hmm.
citizens to help build it.
Oh.
Right. So they was coming from other countries over here. We didn't have nothing to do with them. We seen all these foreigners coming over here, setting up and all that. Yeah, y'all could do that, but we stay how we are, which is the republic. So when the war started, we started signing contracts, wanting to be a part of them, giving up our God-given rights for privileges. And we'll say that, won't we? Won't we say we got privileges, right? But we
Mm-hmm.
don't know the difference between a privilege and a right. We think they're both the same. You know,
So
a
tell us
privilege
what
is
the
like,
difference. Tell me what the difference is, because
a privilege
I
is
went through this last night too a little bit, and I just need for you to clear some stuff up for me.
a privilege is you asking your mom to borrow the car. That's a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And a right is you getting your own car and driving your own car without asking anybody anything. So the people in America, especially us, we gave up all of that. So that's what a sinner actually is. A sinner is someone who give up their God-given rights. They're protected by God. They said we don't want to be protected by God. We want to be protected by man. So we are under statutory laws. It don't matter if we don't know it or not. The truth don't care. See what I'm saying? And then we get
Mm-hmm.
frustrated because we don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? We don't know how the world actually, in point of fact, works. It only works the way we think it do. And it don't work nowhere near that, I promise. I've been looking at this for almost 20 years, man. And you know how we play Pac-Man? You know how we used to play Pac-Man back in the days? And they start you off with like 3 men? Well, the African Americans ain't got but 1 man left.
Mm.
It's over with because we don't understand how this system works. We don't know where nothing come from. We think we're actually a color and we're supposed to be grown-ups. We should know connotation and denotation by this age. We should know we're not a person, place, or thing. But what makes you a person? When you register to the state. That was created by Abraham Lincoln in 1865, meaning a corporate being. Person means corporate, not a flesh and blood breathing human. And you're not human at all. You're a feminine woman, and I'm a masculine man. That's it. But if we want to be all these other things, doctors, lawyers, and firemen, I am a teacher. No, you're not. You are a woman, a feminine woman at that. You do teaching. I'm a fireman. No, you're not a fireman. You fight fires.
Okay.
Right. Because the Bible says I am that I am. There's nothing else to be but you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
This
it's
is
the
so,
education level in America because we're educated. Education is training. You're being trained to do something. It's not like you're brilliant and intelligent. You're just being trained at a certain thing that others aren't, who doesn't choose it. Now, knowledge is totally different. Knowledge would
mhm.
be awareness, like what do you actually know? And we don't know anything because we always give what we think, we give our opinion, and we give what we believe. There's no truth in none of that I just said. So when someone tells me what they believe, sweetheart, I discredit everything they get ready to say after that because it just told me they didn't know.
Hmm.
When you don't look here, hey look, you know if you eat all that watermelon, your glass will be empty, don't you?
Right.
That's not a
Yep.
belief. That's not what you think. That's not an opinion, is it?
Mhm.
So if you ask somebody what's going on with the presidents in the United States, they don't know. They're going to give you what they think.
Mm.
They're going to give you
True.
their opinion. They're going to give you what they believe. They're not going to give you what they know because they don't know anything. You understand that? Unless it's in your house. You know if you don't wash the dishes, they will be dirty. That's what you know. You know
Right.
if you don't take a bath, you will be dirty. That's what you know. Anything else is just what you think, and it don't mean anything because
Okay.
it's not going to change
So
nothing.
let's talk about this. So how are you approaching? So you're in North Carolina,
Mhm.
but you're not living up under the state or whatever, right?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So what happens with the ICE if an ICE agent comes up to you and just tries to take you? That's the worst case
The
scenario for
furthest,
me.
yeah,
Right.
the furthest place he could take me is North Carolina.
But
I
why?
can't-
But
because this is where my lineages started in South Carolina, actually through my grandparents.
yeah.
My great 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 grandparents were barefoot, well, not Blackfoot in South
Okay.
Carolina. I'm
Okay.
indigenous to America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the only
Because
Americans in
you're
America
not a
are the black people.
citizen. So you're saying because you're not a citizen,
Right.
they can't do anything.
No, ma'am, not at all, because I'm not under their jurisdiction. I am
Because
heir to
now
the
you
land.
have it where if you're a citizen, you can be deported.
No,
U.S.
if you're a citizen, you're just under rule. You know, they're not going to take the black Americans nowhere because they know we're from here. It's just that we believe in a movie from Hollywood, and Hollywood ain't real, that we're from another place. So if they can convince the black people in America that they're from another place, they won't ask for none of the benefits here. Imagine me coming to live at your house right now, right? And I tell you,
Hmm.
you got to pay me because you live in America until you look at your lease and say, wait a minute, this is my house.
Right.
Right. And then you can start making decisions, different decisions now because you know it's yours. You know, your perceptions has changed. So your decision making will be better than you
Hmm.
not knowing and making decisions not knowing. That's an oxymoron right there. And that's what we do. And that's how we have been. But
Okay.
all our stuff is here, Mom. Everything is here. I don't pay no taxes. I have no license. I pay no bills. None of that shit, man. Hey,
That's
when the United
cool.
States came in 1933, they had our ancestors give up all the gold that they were using,
Right.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
to let you know that it was backed by gold at that time. The money had money written on it, MONEY, and it had a blue dot or a yellow dot indicating gold.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it's a green dot, and they telling you it ain't worth nothing.
Right, and it's not. Right.
But people break their necks to try to get it. So I'm saying, because they don't know it has no value. So we're dealing with credit. So our bills are paid already. So once you become secure party creditor, you can't be billed for anything ever again.
This is deep. I need
Yeah,
to. What you got a class or something? I mean, what you
yeah.
what
I
you
mean, I don't have a class. I talk to people like this. We exchange numbers because this shit is serious. Because if we really wanted some type of change in our community, we would exchange numbers on TikTok to try to make some difference in our community. But we don't do that. We use it for entertainment purposes only.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
and plus we don't know anything to show anything.
Right. I mean, this is it's so it's like
So
I
come on
believe
back
I
home and come
believe
back
what
to
you're
the Republic.
say that what say that again.
I said, come back home and come back to the Republic. The Republic is from which they stand. We are the Republic. If it wasn't for us, there would be no United States. We allowed them, yes, ma'am, we allowed them to set up their corporation. Not a nation, but a state. You know what I'm saying? I represent the land. I have a nationality that's recognized.
So what happens if the corporation is now dissolved?
They would have to go back home. We have to get new leaders. Or we step up to the plate, but we can't because we don't know this is our place. See what I'm saying?
Right. I think that the corporation itself is dissolving, and I think that Trump is trying to become king. Uh,
We can't
and
because we don't have kings over here. We have emperors and empresses and sultans in America. Kings and queens are in Europe and Africa, not
I
here.
know, but can he just make up his own rules?
No, because he's not here. He only can make up policy that people think are laws. They're policy, codes, acts, and resolutions, not law. But it's the law of the land of the United States. Like you're in Africa, right?
Right.
There's only two laws that governs the whole planet. Two laws. That's just it, right? You have the law of
Mhm.
the land and you have the law of the sea. Now, in other countries, the law of their land, you might can do what you can do in Africa, but you can't do it in China because the law of their land is different. Same thing for here. You know what I'm saying? So, so if you want to be under corporational what people call law, but it's actually policies, then that's your choice because you're actually the God, and it's whatever the God said it's going to be. If you think you're supposed to have license, guess what the God is going to do? Go get
Yeah.
license. If the
Mm-hmm.
God thinks it's supposed to pay taxes through hearsay, then that's what the God going to do because the God don't read. We're supposed to be reading, but we can't read because we don't know connotation and denotation as adults. We think we're a color. We think we're a crayon, man. And those are just political statuses. And actually, African Americans are actually white because this is our country. We're pure. We're the first. White is just a political status, not a people. So if you're black, you're under. And when they first came here, Caucasians were black. And that's what a black means. It means pale. If you read the definition, it doesn't mean our color. Well, we don't have a color. We have a shade or a complexion. If you're dealing in the human, if you're dealing about man and woman, that's what we are. We're not
Right.
none of these corporate terms like person and citizen, uh, um, uh, all the things that we don't call ourselves in our natural state because we're not in our natural state. We're all commercialized,
Right.
and so is our mind. So the United States have stolen the brains of the people. So the people have to go back and get their brain because everything only exists in the mind, nowhere else. So they change the perception of the people in America or the United States, and they don't want that to change. The way you guys think right now, what you think things are, they don't want you to change that. No, 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 no.
Mm.
No, man.
Well, this is deep, man. This is deep. I'm trying to keep up with what you're saying. Some of it
It's
I
hard
am. Some of it
because
I'm not.
when I'm
Huh?
explaining to you, what I'm explaining to you is more like in the ninth and 10th grade. You know, it's levels to this. You got to start out in kindergarten. You
Right.
cannot go from first grade to 12th grade in one day. It's not even naturally humanly possible.
Right.
You
I
know,
know.
when I talk about discharging debt, that's college stuff I'm telling you about. When I mention UCC one and creditor and debtor. People don't know what a creditor and debtor is because that's way up in the study, man. Donald
This,
Trump, hey yo, you know what? Donald Trump
yeah.
sent a letter to the owner of the United States. The owner of the United States name is Roger Allen Moore, and he is an African American.
What? Wait a minute
Yes,
now.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Donald Trump sent him
Somebody
a
put
letter.
that in the chat so I can get that. I need to snap. I need to look that up. Roger
Go,
Allen
go,
Moore.
go. Donald Trump sends letter to Roger Allen Moore. That's why he got on all them charges because he told him that the United States is broke and give the money back to the true creditor, which is the people. But they switched us. They became the creditors and we became the debtors. That's why you pay debt and you use debt notes. Hello.
Mm.
See? So a debtor
Wow.
has to pay. So we even use the language. I gotta pay my bills. No, you're supposed to discharge them. It's a different language. When you're in the private, you discharge debt. You don't pay bills. Only citizens and non-knowledgeable people will say pay bills because they're going by hearsay. Everybody goes by hearsay. You didn't read that nowhere that you had to pay bills. You just went by what you heard, right?
That's true. Yes.
People pay taxes because of what they heard. No one's read the IRS manual that says paying taxes is on a compliant basis. That means if you comply, then yeah, you have to pay them. But if you don't comply, then no, you don't have to. Just that simple.
Dang.
Just
Okay,
that
wait a
simple.
minute now. We got some stuff. So Robin said, so I have a question. Why is the black church not educating the black community about what you're saying?
Because they're Freemasons, then they're not.
About what you're saying.
Because they're Freemasons, then they're not supposed to tell you that. And they
Ooh.
can't tell you that. They took an oath not to tell you the truth.
Ooh.
And look, all Freemasons are in high positions: judges, lawyers, preachers, sheriffs. You understand? Okay? So no one's going to tell
Yep.
you what I'm telling you because they can't. They took an oath not to. I am a master Mason because I come from the mama. Mason means my son. And if you got a belly button, you come from the woman. And I didn't take an oath not to tell nobody that I can't tell you the truth because I am the truth. Hey, yo.
Woo. I love it.
we, hey, yo,
Can you
we are the
please
law.
can you please ask Kelly to give us a starting point? A book, perhaps. That's what we need. I need a freaking
Yeah.
class.
There's a book. It's like $5 now. I probably ordered 10 of them because I lend them out to people that never give them back. But it's called 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro by J.A. Rogers. With
J.A.
complete proof.
Rogers. Rodgers.
Yep. That book will change your whole perception. You say, man, I got to go back to my homeland.
Somebody put that in
My homeland.
somebody put that in the chat.
100
What he
Amazing
just
Facts
said.
About the Negro by J.A. Rogers. And then there's another book called When Rocks Cry Out by, I forget his name right now. But it explains how Africa and the names over there were here first. Like London, England, France, Paris, all them names were here first. And if you go on the epic map of the United States, you'll see it.
Okay.
Or
All right.
exotic map. I think it's called the exotic map of the United States. Exotic map or epic map. I think it's exotic, but you'll see all those names over here. North Carolina used to be called Norway. And matter of fact, the Carthaginians are the ones who named North Carolina because there's a Carthage, North Carolina.
I've heard of Carthage.
Yeah, because it was over here first. All the names in Africa were here first. They're
See,
brand new now. Hey,
that's
yo,
the thing. That's
are you in
that's the
front of a
thing.
computer?
Say it again now.
Are you in front of a computer? You're not in front of a laptop.
Actually, I have my computer right here.
If you go, when was the Republic of Egypt founded? It'll tell you when Egypt over there was created, because Egypt was over here in Illinois.
Well,
You know,
what
pharaohs
about
and things.
the fact that what's that place in the the place I can't even call it right now. But there
It's
are
probably a
Egyptian
corporate state.
artifacts, and we can't go. You can't go see them in the what am I trying to say?
Museum?
No. It's in the God, what is it called? I can't think, y'all. My brain is they have okay, the Smithsonian knows about this, right? There are Egyptian artifacts in y'all help me. What's the name of it? No, not the Louvre. It's in the United States. And 98%, 90% of it we can't visit. It's a big it looks
Oh,
it's like a
Antarctica?
desert, but it no,
Area
it's in the
51?
United States.
Area 51?
Huh?
Area 51?
No. I can't call it. Oh my god. No,
You'll
not
get it.
Area 51, but the Grand Canyon. That's it. The Grand Canyon. Thank you, Chauncey. So in the Grand Canyon right now, there are Egyptian artifacts that are older than what were found in Egypt. And I've
Yes,
always
ma'am.
believed that that was us. Huh? What'd you say?
You're right.
Did I lose you?
No, I
I'm
said you're
right.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're hanging out here.
Yeah. This is our
I
stuff, and
know
we don't
I'm
think
right.
of it. Yeah, you're right. So if you want to find out when all these new
So
countries first started, all you got to do is say when was the republic of any country you want to say. When was the republic? When was the Republic of China created? It'll tell you. China just got here in like 1940 something or something like that.
you guys excited?
Because it was Japan, not
Okay.
China. China's a new state, a corporate state. It's not a nation. See what I'm saying? Chinese people are actually Manchurian because the land is Manchuria, so they would be Manchurian, not Chinese. See what I'm saying? And when we was going to school, it was
Mm-hmm.
Japan, not China, because Japan is the continent, and we're supposed to go by continent, not commercial things like you know. African Americans can't be from two continents, but they still say it.
Okay.
You can only be from one, baby. You can only have one mother.
So
So when the Bible says honor your
I
mother and
just
father,
said I just said when was the Republic of America established? It said
1776.
1776.
Come on, that was the United States, not America. See, they'll confuse you. So the United States just
I
got
put in
here
America.
240 years ago. That's it, 245 or something like that.
Right. I put in America. But
Yeah, put it in China.
God.
Put it in anybody. Put it in
Right.
Nigeria.
Okay. Right.
They're all brand new, and those aren't the original people. Everybody's in permanent costume. Do you understand? But it's
Mm-hmm.
illusion. Yes, ma'am. It's all an illusion. Nothing's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I have totally enjoyed the conversation that we're having. I'm definitely gonna start following you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, that
7:26. It should be open.
Huh?
They open?
Breakfast?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they done ate it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had waffle, sausage, and egg. Breakfast?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they done ate it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had waffle, sausage, and eggs.
Okay. Yeah, you got to do the UCC one, man. You got to read up on that. Well, you're not here anymore, but people, you have to switch your status from creditor to debtor and you'll start seeing differences in your life. Put you on the private side. Yep. But if y'all want to hit me up, man, you got to inbox me and we're going to talk on the phone, yo. If you want change for real. You welcome, Lynch. In the first place, you would start is your mind. You got to renew your mind. Huh? I didn't bring the key. I didn't bring no key. You didn't need to bring the key. Oh, I actually had the door open. I had the, when I came in this morning, that unlocked. Huh? That lady paid $1,200 a month here. That's not bad. She got a one bedroom. What? But 1,200, that's it. That's good. Yeah. You know, it's apartments here. Yeah. Yep, you have to renew your mind, man, because y'all think the world works the way you see it now. It don't work like that. It don't work nowhere near that. So your decision making is more likely going to benefit the state or the government. It ain't no more than likely. It will benefit them, and it will not benefit you. So then people get frustrated because they have no knowledge. People don't have the power, and knowledge is power to fix their situations. You know, it's power to fix their situations. You know, some of y'all up on trying to pay something now. Trying to pay a bill or something. Trying to get more hours at work just to be taxed on 30% of it. Fucking crazy. And you mean to tell me people agree to that? Yeah, of course they agree to it because they feel they have to do it, but they don't have to do it. What are I don't know if I still got them or not. The codes for not paying taxes in the IRS manual. I think it's CC 600 602, I think.
Okay, guys. So I apologize. My phone got too hot. I don't know if you guys are still on or not, but I was just really wrapping things up. I want to thank Kelly Bay for coming on and educating us about this. I'm definitely going to be following you, and I'm definitely going to look up those books and things that you told me about. And I thank you so much. Kelly, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. And thank
Okay,
you.
I apologize. My phone got hot and it
Hey,
just
yo,
went.
the
Yeah.
things I was saying can't really be told to the public people. See, because they have you guys thinking a certain way and they don't want that change no kind of way. So I kept it a little brief, but those are things only supposed to be said in the private.
Well,
You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you. I
Y'all
think
public, so y'all can talk about anything.
right,
But it don't mean nothing what you're talking about, though. See what I'm saying? So that's why you
right.
can say them.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, I want to thank you. I'm going to get off of here, but I'm going to thank you for coming on and talking to us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. My pleasure.
So much. And I'm going to look at that information and those books that you told me about. And I'm going to start educating myself on this.
Yeah, you got to. Knowledge is
Definitely.
power. You have to. You have no choice.
Exactly. We just we need the right ones to show us. We need people like you to really show us
Yeah, because
this.
I can only show you what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And I moved from a total different. I was in your position. I was in everybody's position at one time, and I didn't like it. I
Right.
knew something wasn't right. I didn't know what it was because I didn't have the knowledge to know it. I was educated, and I wasn't even educated.
Well, the thing is, I think we know it ain't. We know it ain't right. We know the math ain't mathing. Like we
Right.
know that, right?
Right.
But
Yep.
we don't understand and we don't know. Like I still am glad that I'm here in East Africa. I'm so glad that I'm here, right? Um, but I need to understand some things, right? So I'm growing too. So we're all doing what we know that's best for us, right? And we do
Yes.
need people like you to kind of help us and educate us on what you have done and what
Yeah.
it means.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know it. We kind of have to start at the kindergarten level and go up. I'm
You got
okay.
to.
I'm okay with that, but I
Me
need
too.
understanding.
I say don't nobody know until they know. So, it's you don't need to feel bad if you don't know something because no one knew anything until they knew
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any parting words or anything like that for us that you want to leave
Um,
us with?
keep your principles of love, peace, freedom, truth, justice, and equality for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You always have to lead with love. I don't give a damn what's happening because that's your principle. You have no choice. You know what I
Right.
mean? So yeah. So keep a principle. Keep our principle. Stay on the square.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, I'm going to sign off now. Thank y'all so much for coming on. I'll see you guys later on, okay? Bye bye.